Okay, class. This is an introduction to computers. So in this class, we're going to learn about the parts of a computer. This will help you when you have computer lab time to know how to turn on a computer, to know what the parts of the computer are, to know how to use them well. Okay? So when you go into the computer lab, you've never seen a computer before, or even if you have, you haven't really used one, this class will help you know all the different parts and how to use them, especially when you go to a computer lab in your LINC classes. So let's look at some introductory vocabulary. We know that vocabulary means new words. So let's look at some introductory vocabulary. Okay, so these are the days of COVID-19, and I'm doing this video from home. So if the background doesn't look very much like a classroom, that is why. So let's look at this. So I have titled this Introduction to Computers. Now, our vocabulary, we have what is called CPU. When I say the word, I want you to say it after me. CPU. Good. Mouse. Keyboard. Keyboard. Monitor. Monitor. Power button. Power button. Desktop. Desktop. Laptop. Laptop. Screen. Mousepad. Good job. That is all the words we're going to do for today, because I want us to also begin to look at these words on the actual computer system. Okay, so we're going to start with the word desktop. So a desktop is made up of three parts. Okay, it has the CPU, the monitor, and the keyboard. So now let's look at the desktop individually, just the desktop. We need to remember that there are two kinds of computers. The desktop, which I just showed you, and then the laptop. The laptop has all the parts together. The desktop has three different parts. The laptop has all the three parts together. Now let's look at the individual parts. This is called the CPU. The CPU is like the head of the computer. Everything you do on the computer goes through the CPU. That is the thing that does all the work that you do. So it is the head. It is the thinking part of the computer. The CPU, like the head. On the CPU for a desktop, we also have the power button. Power button. If you look at the power button, there's a sign on it. Anytime you see this sign, the circle with the line, that shows you power. So this is the power button. When it is on, it can turn a different color. power button. The next part of the desktop is the monitor. The monitor. This is where we see everything that we do on the computer. The monitor. The next part of the desktop is the keyboard. Keyboard. The keyboard is what we use to tell the computer what we want to do. The keyboard. Things that we can do on a computer. We can type on a computer. We can press a button. We can click. We can move the mouse. Excuse me. We can double click. We can right click. We can press enter. We can open something or close something. Again, let's look at things that we can do on a computer. We can type. We can click. We can double click. We can right click. We can press a button. We can move the mouse. We can press enter. We can open something or close something. Now, we just looked at all the things that we can do on a computer. The first thing we saw is we can type. To type on a computer, you use the keyboard. Typing is what you use to tell the computer what you want to do. Okay, so the last part of a desktop is a mouse. A mouse. The mouse is used to also tell the computer what to do. You can use the mouse to click once or double click 2 times or right click. Again, we use the mouse to click, double click, or